change or instantaneous rate of change, always difference quotient, always 2 measurement units. Okay, part B. At what time is the water flowing out the fastest and the slowest? So we have a tank, we take the plug off. Where is the rate fastest? And first of all, why is it negative? Because the volume of water in the tank does what?
Decreasing.
Decreases. Very good. So negative sign means decreases. The volume of water in the tank decreases. Now, when is the fastest?
That's going to be at the beginning.
At the beginning, when t equals 0. When t equals 0, what is the speed? I'm going to put it here. What is the average rate of change of the volume with respect to time at 0?
Negative 250.
Negative 250. Very good. So the fastest is at 0, and that is negative 250 gallons per minute. And when is the slowest?
The end.
At t equals 40 minutes. And what is the rate?
0.
0 gallons per minute. Perfect. Any questions? So that's a direct application of the first derivative here. Any questions? Any questions for me, please? Anything? We do not cover section 3.8 in this course. It was covered before in pre-calculus. I would like to look at a long problem, but let me see, where is my phone? I think we only have 10 minutes. I don't think I can finish that problem in 10 minutes. So I'm going to choose another one that we can finish in 10 minutes.
What was section 3.8 about?
It's the exponential growth and decay. Exponential growth and decay. Yeah, I found one. The number of yeast cells in a lab culture increases rapidly initially but levels off eventually. The population is modeled by, this is a logistic growth model. Okay? Logistic growth model. So here is another problem. We are given F number of yeast cells. It's F of t, and it's lowercase a divided by 1 plus lowercase b e to raised to negative 0.7 t. They're not telling us, but this is the logistic growth model. Okay, let's see what they want. Okay, taking more notes. T is in hours. And the population, so this is number. Number of cells. That's why lowercase n. Okay, at time t equals 0, the population is 20 cells. What is this? At time is 20. And is increasing at a rate of 12 cells per hour. Increasing at 12 cells per hour at that time. Find the values of A and B. Find A and B. Okay? And it says, according to this model, what happens to the yeast population in the long run. That's after that. So what are we given in the problem? Let me read it again so you understand what this says. So the number of cells, yeast cells in a lab culture increases rapidly, but then levels off eventually. If we graph something like this with any A and B, that's what it does. The population is modeled by this function, where T is measured in hours. At time T equals 0, the population is 20 cells. And is increasing at that moment, when T is 0, is increasing at 12 cells per hour. Okay, so any suggestions for me? Any questions? Any suggestions? Anything? Since we have how many unknowns in this problem? If you're doing the right thing in this class, in my classes, you will, especially here, you're going to learn algebra and pre-calculus and everything that you haven't learned before, I think. Okay, ready? How many unknowns we have in this question or this problem?
Is it just A and B?
Yes, so we have two variables, unknowns. How many equations will I have to have in order to find two unknowns?
2.
Absolutely 2 equations. Good. So is there an obvious one that I could start with?
Please move the paper back down for a minute.
Yes, yes.
Start with A.
Okay, so what should I start with? What would you do?
Multiply over the denominator.
No. So if I want to determine two unknowns, so I have to come up with 2 equations, it means that somehow I must have 2 pieces of information, one that will create one equation and the other one that will create the other one. The second equation, right?
Maybe we can find the derivative for the
We're not there yet. What is the obvious one?
That you know what's going on at that exact moment at T, right? At 0.
Right. So what
the
does
slope is.
what does this say? There is no slope yet.
Oh,
So what does this say?
that's a coordinate, right?
Yes, it's an ordered pair. What ordered pair is it?
0 and 20.
Good. Whenever we have an ordered pair and we have a function, what does that mean? Specifically for our function. Here it is. What do I have to write when I have 0, 20 for a function?
X and Y.
Excellent, I'm ready.
Sorry, I don't know where I'm going with this yet.
That's okay. Anyone else?
we somehow set equation equal to 20.
So you have 20 equals A divided by 1 plus B times
Well, 0,
e to 0 is not 0.
1, 1.
1. Very good. So we obtained our first equation. Well done. Good. Now I'm looking at the second situation. So I'm done with the first one. And now I'm looking at the second one. When t equals 0, the rate of change increases by 12 cells per hour when t is 0. Now, what do I need to do next in order to get another equation in A and B?
So now we take a derivative.
Of course. Yes, yes, yes. Now we will find the derivative. So I have f of t. I just want to move that page away, which is 1 plus b e to negative 0.7t. Do I still have time? I know I'll stop in 2 minutes. Even if we don't finish it, then we can continue it on Tuesday. Because the top is one number, it does not have a variable. I will refuse to differentiate this. I will differentiate this. To which power?
-1.
That's it. So now, f prime of t. Can anyone help, please? Anyone?
Can you slide your paper over a little bit so we can see the exponent?
It's -1. Oops.
So would it be like negative a, then and that's wait.
-2.
Very good. Times
F prime.
okay. Not f prime. This prime.
It's prime.
Good. Anyone?
E.
There is a constant in front. I cannot disregard that. I can disregard one prime, but I cannot disregard the constant in front. Times e to negative 0.7t times e to a function prime is the e to a function times the function prime.
Oh.
Negative 0.7, right? Is that clear? So we have the negative a and b and negative 0.7, so that will be 0.7 ab. These two will go to the denominator. E to 0.7t and 1 plus b e to negative 0.7t to the second power. I'll stop right now, but I am told that f prime of 0 equals 12 cells. Where is it? What was it? I put the book away. 12 cells per hour. So that's where we're going to take it from. So I have to write 12 equals. When this is 0, this is 1. When this is 0, this is 1. So I have 0.7 AB over. This is 1, this is 1. I have 1 plus B squared. So we have the two equations that will help us solve